Morning Patreon subscribers. So gold's really interesting right now. We've gone over 50%. So at a high level, we're a sell. Okay, so at a static level, a snapshot view, we are a sell. We're over 50%. So we're now forming a dumb majority on longs. Okay, so that's worth noting. We might get an interchange of the profitable traders, which would be the first time that's happened in 2 weeks. We could potentially, have a switch over there. And they've gone long, so this candle was a little bit naughty, this wick shall I say, and I covered it in the Discord as well, how that was slightly naughty. It might potentially want to wait and make sure price goes sideways first before it gets to SLC. It might want it to be a little bit larger, and it might want it to get a bit lower. But we are a sell, so we should be targeting the SLC now. 1917. And one above is at 1970, if I remember. Yeah, that's right. So you could wait for the interchange. Then at least you'll know you're on the right side of the profitable traders, because you can see how they profited all this time, and they've been actually really accurate. Zoom out. Okay, we had a bit of a chop here. I'm not sure what happened there. It might have been a data thing. But basically, they've gone long. They went long here. See, we've got the interchange. So we'd be wise to watch what these guys do. So get this profit ratio indicator, and then click buy, sell. By default, you've got the signal, but click buy, sell, and then you want to keep an eye on that interchange. Okay, so we nearly had an interchange here, but we didn't have a crossover. Weird data event there, and we might have another intersection. So that's gold. Oh, God. So yeah, potentially that's what's going to be likely. And whether or not they might want it to get a little bit larger and a bit lower. So they might push price sideways and just consolidate it. So let's look at, we can see dollar weakness, or alternatively CAD strength, you could say. But do note that they've gone long on dollars, USD, okay, with a 7 out of 7 score. They've bought the USD across the board. Now, by buying it, we should see price depreciate because they've gone long, and that's what's happened. Okay, they've gone long yen, price has depreciated, so that's why that's got a good score. Kiwi's got a poor score because they've gone long, but they're getting paid. So we should see reversals on NZD. Okay, come back here. So the SLC for dollar CAD is at 113. 1.330, and the one above is miles away. I won't bother showing you that. They're being really risk averse. Yeah, it's up there, so it's very crazy. 142.57. Now, technically, you can target the ATR short or the ATR long, and depending on your view. But do note that they've gone long. And by going long, we should see price fall, which we have done, but we can potentially come down to take the stop loss cluster. So sentimental target here, technical target here, potentially even MS2. And now that would probably hold, I'd imagine, but we'll have to wait and see. So there's dollar CAD, dollar yen, and dollar yen. So the one above is at 130.62. And 129 weekly open, ATR target long, ATR target short, and so there's your sentimental targets. If you want to punish the retail guys by hunting their stops, that's where you're going to target. Technical targets are here, and there's an important level here, monthly support 1, which is your green line. So if that holds, then we can potentially come up to pivot. So that's a long way away though, and keep an eye on your sentiment. Obviously, a little bit choppy. It's quite choppy, isn't it? They sold it. Now they're going ever so slightly long. So you've got to be careful. So I've done dollar CAD, dollar yen. Let's do dollar Swiss. We're going to see a lot of stop hunts taken this week. I think one below is at 91.40, the one above is at 92.35. This should be falling because of the sentiment. We're really long. We're 73% long. So, we should probably be coming down to the stop loss cluster. Note that MS1 is near the stop loss cluster. So that's an important level. We had some respects of MS1. three respects there. Can you see those candles? Admittedly, this one probably below, but so it might come into play again. Stop loss cluster hunt, bounce. We're taking out some stops, by the way, just so you know. There were some stops here. So this move has taken liquidity out of the equation. Okay, so that's the dollars. AU, we've taken out an SLC above because I know that there was one at the round number. And of course, because the retail guys love their round numbers, we had to probe it. And so, yeah, we've taken out a big chunk of liquidity on that move. One above is at 70.60. It was at 70. And that's what's happened here. We pumped to get that stop loss cluster. And there was a big chunky stop here, which obviously it's taken out. Huge move. You can't really swing trade this, I don't think. Because, you know, well, maybe you can, I don't really know, but it's almost like we're going to make a V or a U, you know, it's just like intraday trading, fine, because you know where to put your stops, but swing term trading, you know, I don't know how you do it really, but it's a big move. So what I think what's going to happen is that we'll come up to the SLC, rinse all those stops, and then we'll fall because they're FOMC on Wednesday. So I think those stops are probably too tempting, potentially, and it might want to come up and get those stops, and then we'll dump, and that'd be really cruel. So whatever is the most cruel outcome, you have to expect it, because it's going to be quite likely, because FX trading is cruel. And AU done that, EU, and then we'll do GU. EU, that's fine. Likewise, you know, we rinse stops out, haven't we? 109.30, one below is 108.50. Targets, ATR. Got monthly resistance 2, so that could be a formidable resistance, and ATR target lower. So we're MR2, MR1. We might chop a little bit, but there's your technical targets. There's your sentimental targets. Okay, potentially we're there 108, but you know we are quite strongly buy with 27% long. Okay, GU, and I'm not sure about this one, to be honest with you, but we'll have to wait and see, I guess. One above is at 124.60. One below is at 123.30. MS MR1 123.53. So that could come into play. Looks like that might come into play. And we're a little bit sideways. We are by we've just gone a bit sideways here on average line. So hopefully it helps. Keep your eye on your weekly open 124, so it's very easy to remember. Below that, you know, from a weekly open perspective, we'll target the targets below. Above weekly open, we'll target the SLC and potentially the ATR long, but there's not that much liquidity if you compare this to the Australian dollar. So I think AU probably could perform better than GU because there's more stops above on the Australian dollar. So I have to wait and see. So hopefully it helps, and I wish you a good day, and remember to trade safely, and we're going to have a very much a roller coaster day on Wednesday, so we won't have a trade of the day on Wednesday, and we have to be careful tomorrow as well, because there's going to be a big hustle going into that risk event. I'll speak to you guys soon. Have a good day.